Welcome to Lingua Latina, Chapter 8, Grammatica Exercises. So here we have practice with the pronouns. And in the margin we see the pronouns we're practicing with, which here we have who. So who, the question word, and then who and which. And this also means which. And we're going to do it in this order. Quis, cujus, cui, quem, quo. So who, of whom, to whom, and by, with, and on, from whom. And the plural, who, of whom, to whom, and by, with, and on, from whom. And then we have is and ii. So he and they. And so we're going to go he, of him, to him, and by, with, and on, from him. And they, of them, to them, and by, with, and on, from them. Okay, so looking over here at the first problem, so we have the question, so we know we need to use the question pronoun, quis, who is going to Rome, a slave is going to Rome, which slave, quis servus, again using quis, the question word, servus, the slave who is going to Rome, servus qui Romam it, is medus, a bad slave. He, that slave, is servus, is going to Rome. Sometimes is can mean the same thing as illa, that slave. So, whose slave is Medus? Cujus servus is Medus. Medus is the slave of Julius. The master of whom, or to whom the slave is, whose master is going to slave. Here we go. The master whose slave is going to Rome is Julius. So, Cujus, if I can get this to work. Cujus. So Julius is the master of this slave. Eius servi. Okay, let's try exercise 13, which is we just did the masculine, now the feminine. So we have the same forms again, but now in the feminine. Who, of whom, to whom, and by, with, and from whom, etc. The same forms, but now always going to be matching feminine nouns. So we have which woman is walking with Medus. Quae femina cum medo ambulat. Femina, the woman, quae cum medo ambulat, who walks with Medus, is Lydia. That woman, ea femina ambulat cum medo, walks with Medus. Okay. Of which woman is Medus a friend? Of which woman is Medus a friend? Cujus, of whom? Lydia is the woman, cujus, whose friend is Medus. Medus is a friend, eius feminae, of that woman. Okay, go ahead and give the rest of those a try. And also, be sure to try, when I say do the rest of those, I just want to make sure it's clear that you should do the ones that I did as well when you practice on your own, because you need the reinforcement, even though you've seen them done as examples. So moving on to chapter 14. Okay, exercitium quartum decimum. We have the neuter forms of the pronouns here. Notice that in the neuter, the nominative and the accusative are the same. Quid and quod. Quid being the question form, and quod being the regular pronoun, relative pronoun. And then quae and quae are the same. And down here we see that id and id and ea are all the same. So, quid est Capua? Capua est oppidum. What is Capua? Capua is a town. Which town is near? Quod oppidum is near the house of Julius. Tusculum is the town which is near his house. Id oppidum, that town is near his house. Okay, and then quick overview of 15, because we don't have much time. We have hic, haec, hoc, this, and then we have illa, la, alud, that. So this slave, this slave is Leander, that slave is Cyrus. Good luck on the rest of these. Buona fortuna.